Hey everyone, welcome to The Scoop. Today we're playing God of War Ragnarok, the direct sequel to 2018's God of War. Let's get into it. We immediately start with Kratos being his unamused self, letting out a loud audible sigh. It's like he doesn't realize his new game just came out. We go into a sled being pulled by two of the cutest little wolves you'll ever see, and we hardly even have a time to move the joysticks to get used to the camera before we run into Freya. You know, the lady that swore to kill us after we killed her son in the last game?
I will rain down every agony.
Yeah, she still isn't too happy about that. But unfortunately for her, this avalanche's plans had other ideas. We quickly have to wipe our tears after our loving wolf companion Fenrir passes because we have visitors. It's Thor, who is pulling his best Marvel Endgame cosplay, and the All-Father Odin. They're just wanting peace and asking Kratos and Atreus to stop looking for Tyr, who is the Nordic god of war, when Kratos gives them the most polite no in existence.
No.
A badass fight ensues, Kratos throws a nasty hook, so Thor just decides to dip after Kratos fulfills his blood payment to Thor. It's a shame that Thor had to put a hole in our roof too, because he just complimented our home.
Nice place.
Well, we know what our quest is now. We need to find Tyr, who is destined to lead an army against Odin in Ragnarok despite him rumored to be dead. Side note, but this dwarf named Durlin has a pet octopus that's super cute. And where is Tyr, you may ask? Well, in a semi-secure mythical prison with some easy to kill bad guys, and some puzzles that took me a long time to complete. We free him from his prison, and he feels more like an anti-war hippie from the 70s nowadays than the Nordic god of war. He appreciates that he has been freed, but would rather die than to see Ragnarok happen. We take him back to our magical treehouse and plot our next moves. Atreus then falls asleep, only to wake up in this mythical place called Ironwood, and meets a fellow giant called Angrboda. She shares a shrine with Atreus that gives the future. It shares that Thor will kill Kratos and that Atreus will serve Odin. Atreus refuses to believe it and turns into Big Bad Wolf before Angrboda is able to calm him down.
Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
Angrboda then decides to give us these magic marbles that contain the souls of the giants that decided to hide from Odin instead of being killed by him. And instead of taking them, Atreus declines and is like, nah, you keep them. As we get ready to head back home, uh-oh, here comes Daddy Kratos with some strict lecturing. Atreus needs to keep Ironwood a secret so Odin doesn't attack it, and just as Kratos is about to whip out the belt, wait, it's Freya! She's prepping her high and mighty last word speech to us before Atreus turns angry bear to stop her. This only results in Kratos giving us a big ol' bear hug, and calming him down, even calling Freya a friend. Freya instantly has this look of like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Stop making me feel bad for trying to kill you. And ultimately, she decides to spare us for now, only if we help her travel to Vanaheim. In Vanaheim, we run into Freya's brother, Freyr, and try to free her from her imprisonment that Odin has cast upon her. God, that line was hard. Easy enough though, right? Nope. This big realm serpent is in our way. We have a good battle, but ultimately our strength was a little too cutthroat for the beast. Freya breaks the knot and is ultimately freed of her control from Odin, and decides that it is not Kratos who needs to die from her pain and suffering, which makes Kratos super happy. We put both of our troubling pasts behind us and agree to join forces to take down Odin. Back at the magical treehouse, Kratos and Atreus are having yet another angsty teenager argument about the secrets Atreus is keeping from his father. Atreus ends up running away to Asgard to convince Odin not to kill Kratos. Upon climbing a giant wall and reaching Asgard, we are greeted by Heimdall, who doesn't really seem to like us, because he knows we're here to betray Odin, so he kind of wants us dead. We get into a fight and he thinks he's so cool because he can see our moves before we use them. Too bad the little bastard didn't see this coming. That's what you get, you little. So most of the game from here on out before the climax is going to be spent with Atreus trying to help Odin find the remaining two pieces of this broken mask. By doing so, Odin will then be able to peek into this rift unharmed and get answers to all the questions he has had, and to become even more powerful with knowledge than he already is. During these moments, we're branched for a bit between Atreus and Kratos gameplay, while as the boy, we're working our butts off trying to find the mask parts, persuading Thor to like us, and fighting. Let's check in on Kratos to see what he's up to. Okay. We end up finding the second piece successfully, so surely Kratos is up to something more interesting now, right? Okay, but Atreus freed Garm, who is the Hellhound of Helheim. Surely Kratos must be doing something more interesting now.
Stop with the stupid chime!
Damn it, Kratos. Now, I foreshadowed this earlier, but in the story, it's time to kill Heimdall. And let me just tell you, I really don't like him. So here's this. Ah, that's better. Oh, so satisfying. With Heimdall dead, we now have the horn called Galahorn, which will call upon Ragnarok. And with things finally starting to look in our favor, it's time for some good old-fashioned Twickery. Atreus is gonna go back to Asgard to find the final part of the mask, which will then buy some time for Kratos and friends to gather troops for Ragnarok. And hopefully, whatever happens, nobody finds out that we killed Heimdall, which then makes Thor turn on us, which then makes us go back to our home with the full mask, only for Tyr to start acting weird. And as Brock starts questioning what's up with Tyr, boom! Tyr kills Brock, who is actually Odin in disguise the whole time.
Looks like war after all.
I love it when a plan comes together. Well then, that really pissed us off, so Kratos plays the Galahorn to start Ragnarok, and it's time for a good old-fashioned climax, baby. Thor and his big belly aside are tired of us, so he's like, man, I'm glad I finally get to kill you. We take on the God of Thunder and take a trip down Electric Avenue before finally defeating him. We spare Thor, and Kratos gives the whole try to turn a new leaf speech, which seemingly works, but unfortunately, Odin isn't having any of this and kills Thor right on the spot. Man, if there wasn't a good enough reason to hate this bastard already. Well then, time to show this one-eyed know-it-all son of a what's up. After beating him in a first phase, Freya comes along and tries to choke him out like the badass she is.
Think you're the only one who can craft a binding spell?
Odin uses one of his ravens to distract Freya, and we fall underground to where the rift is. Odin then begs Atreus to put on the mask and look in the rift, but Atreus is like, nope, and rips that shit in half like a phone book, baby.
You choose to be nothing!
And you know what that means? Phase 2 of the boss fight. After beating that butt one more time, we trap Odin's soul into one of those magic marbles we got earlier. And now with all this power, Atreus needs to know what to do with it before yeet. It's a shame too that Odin didn't really see this coming. From here we get shown a mural that details that Atreus' mom hid their destiny to let them choose their own paths and not let prophecy get in the way of their goal. Kind of like a really good choose your own adventure story. Atreus shares that he needs to find other giants that could be in other worlds, and that he needs to do this without his father, which perfectly sets up a standalone Loki game. We get a tear-jerking moment that I can't help but find similarities to the end of the Iron Giant with this.
But wait! There's more!
After Loki leaves, Kratos notices there's another mural on the other side. It shows Kratos' journey from Greek to Nordic mythology, his victorious clash with Thor, but most importantly, and I totally did not tear up during this part, shows that Kratos has finally become idolized and worshipped and prayed to by mortals, something that Odin teased him about earlier in the game. With Ragnarok completed and Atreus off to find the other giants, Kratos' new journey is to restore the 9 realms and Mimir and Freya to join his side. Hey everyone, thanks for watching today. You made it to the end, so I'd have to imagine you liked it to an extent. If you enjoyed yourself, why don't you hit the subscribe and like button down below, and leave me any feedback in the comments, whether good or constructive, that I can improve on in the upcoming episodes. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Scoop.